welcome to my channel where I'm writing my books, I'm playing with inks and pens, and today is a very exciting day because I'm setting up a new manuscript book. This is a Leuchtturm 1917 planner. It's like a daily planner with a dot grid. And because I've seen so many people use sort of Hobonichis, they've not, like planners they've not completed, but they still wanted them to be useful. They've converted them into ink journals. I got the idea to basically wait until these ones were half off because they're hefty. Don't know how many, doesn't say how many pages, but they're like 400 pages, I think. I'll check. And they're basically double the size of a normal Leuchtturm, but will be less than half the price when you wait a bit. I mean, obviously it's out of date, but I'm not using it as a planner. I'm planning to use it as a manuscript because I'm have this same kind of book for my daily journal at the moment. So I know that the sort of the line spacing, everything, and the paper is working for me. And so yeah, that was sort of my reasoning behind it. I've been emming and awing about this because I'm actually working on another manuscript at the moment that I'm not very excited about, to be honest. And it has been at times a real slog. And in the past, whenever I've jumped ship to do something else, I rarely, because I'm writing everything longhand and it's then really difficult to get back in, it's not that easy to just read everything back and get started again. I've been, abandoning the projects that I left behind, and I don't really want to have that happen to the one that I'm working on at the moment. But my reasoning is that if I don't start this project, I'm probably lose my lose my enthusiasm for it. And yes, that's basically it. So I've decided to jump in. It's a bit scary, but this is a bit of a scary project, to be honest. I've been collecting ideas for longer than I would usually. I mean, I jot ideas down, but let's say, I think this one has more, sort of, I have a better idea about the setting and the magic that I want to be in it. So I write queer fantasy. And all of my books are set in one world, but at different times and different places in that world. So lots of them, like, they're basically standalones, or some are series, some are standalones. They're all sort of connected to each other in a way. But you don't need to read basically that series to then go on to the other one. It's sort of, they are supposed to stand on their own. And this one is supposed to be a standalone. I'm not quite sure whether it's going to be a duology. Usually with the sort of normal Leuchtturm books, I can fit about 60,000 words, 50,000 to 60,000 words in there, which gives you, just a not too long novel, to be honest. But this one obviously is bigger, so that's quite interesting, but also because it has these like where the calendars are, it's not quite the same as writing in a fully sort of ruled page. Wait, I'm not putting it off any longer. I'm just going to break into this now. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I need a bit of help. always has such a pretty color. That's the Dusty Rose color. So, okay, it's not. I was worried that this bit was glued down, but it isn't. That's great. So let me see. Oh. And it's the same paper as in the usual books. It doesn't have any page numbers actually, but it's so you get like your usual stuff that you get. Ah, that's clever. Okay, I didn't realize that. Basically, that was in there. And then so I will put my address and contact details in here, because if I ever let this lie somewhere, I'm going to, would be so sad if I couldn't get it back. So yeah, that's why I'm going to add my details. Sort of organization-wise, I think there are probably better ones, because you don't really get a monthly overview. You get sort of the weekly ones for 2026, I think, and 2027. Yeah, so you basically get weeklies for both years. And then you have like international holidays. Yeah. And the project plan, I've actually not really seen that before. That's cool. That's definitely something to, I don't know what I could, but maybe I could do it like for trackers or something. So my idea is, because usually I have sort of like a character list or any thoughts or world building stuff, I'm planning to put into these weeklies. And the most important thing is that I think I have my first sentence. That's always the start of a project, when I think, yes, if I have the first sentence, now's the time to start setting up everything. So funny, I think it's in the Hours, the Nicole Kidman film. That's now quite a few years back. She plays Virginia Woolf, and it's also, she comes down to her husband and says, oh, I think I have my first sentence. And I felt very seen by that. So that's usually how it starts for me too. Obviously the dates don't matter, but you see there's a lot of space on each page. And I can just ignore the dates and use it as, maybe do a little washi tape if I want to. I don't think I need to worry myself. It's so subtle enough. I don't know how it would be with a ruled page, but with the dot grids, I think that's okay. Then you get your usual two bookmarks, which is nice. Yeah, I've been using Leuchtturm books for a really long time. It's not just the colors. I like the paper. Even occasionally, like every notebook, that can be a bit spotty. But yeah, that's just such a nice, comfortable size for me, and I like the cream paper. So for this project, I'm actually not going to put a paper around this book, because I wanted to look a bit battered. It's going to be something that I'm going to be taking with me every day when I'm going out. I mean, my bag is so heavy, don't ask me. And now I'm preparing to have like two manuscripts, and the other one is sort of a normal 250-page one, sort of half of it, but it's also hardback. So I might sort of decide every other day, so switching. What I want to do today is to choose a few stickers to decorate the opening pages, and then I want to show you what I'm thinking of for colors. Yeah, I usually don't color coordinate the inks, but switch every other spread to a new ink. But for this one, because I've been carrying the setting in my head around sort of grey stone, sandy soil, and purple flowers. So think Provence with the lavender in bloom, but not as cheerful. More towards the Gothic vibe. So this actually works quite well. So I've already used quite a few stickers on this, but I have a few in mind for this. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to start off with 2 ink colors I have quite a lot of, and then with the option of branching out into something else. So first, let's go ahead and, yeah, for this page, I think I want to do this sticker. And I had another one I really liked. These I really love. Maybe this one. I mean, lots of this is very Victorian, and the story is set more in a medievalish time. So I'm not going to use anything that's or Georgian inspired. So, I mean, I could, but... So I think what I want to do is use this big round thing. Because it's also... I'm thinking about diversifying my magic system a bit. I've already started doing it. Let me see. Maybe... Should I go... But I want to definitely have a crow in there too. So if the crow goes in that corner, maybe this one should go up here. I mean, to be honest, the crow has sort of a more Victorian letter behind it, but... Oh, the beak. Don't lose the beak. And then maybe something purple. Could do this, but it's a bit too long. I don't want to really cut it. At the moment, I don't really have a washi that would work. Do we have like a bug or something fun? Mushroom? No, it's not really a mushroomy story. There are some really nice bugs. I could do them like at the bottom. I think that's what I like. Yes, as I said, I'm going to I'm going to put my contact details in case it gets lost. Sorry, I just bumped the... to get this little critter. I think it will go here. And then something will be added in time, I'm sure. But I quite like to be able to sort of almost like a mood board to get into the book, because at the moment I'm not in the book yet. I'm preparing. So, so we're doing purple and grey inks. I have quite a few purple ones. It also gives me opportunity to use them. The 2 inks that I've chosen, I haven't had them in pens yet, so that was a good motivation to do it. And these are the colors, and I think they match quite well with the overall look of the book. And then if this is not enough, because the soils in the where it's placed are quite sandy, I'm I'm going to move into sort of a golden ochre color as well. So that's an option, because I think that will look really nice together. But for now, I've inked up 2 of my pens. Because I'm writing not at my desk, but at home, not at home at my desk, but in coffee shops, I can't take really expensive pens with me. So usually I have an Jinhao 82 inked, which is why I have quite a few of them. This has a medium nib, because this ink, I've tried it in a Pilot Kakuna with a fine nib before, because I actually wanted to use that, but it's actually, this ink is not dark enough for the fine nib. So these 2 are Rohan Alt Bordeaux, which is very similar, as I've remarked, to Jacobin Posé de Lune. So if you have one, I don't think you need the other. But because I have Posé de Lune, I hadn't really used that. And this is my Asvine V200 in rainbow, and has a fine bock nib that I'm sort of slowly getting to grips with. I have not used this pen for a while, because the last time I had it inked up, it was sort of its first inking, and I was a bit shocked. I don't know, the bock nib consistency is not really to my liking, at least for the fine. But now I'm much, much happier with it. It's very slicey in a way. And then the grey ink in this is the dried hydrangea colorway. I don't have a grey pen, which is sort of, but I think that works quite well. And this is the Jinhao 82 in dried hydrangea, and the ink is actually, has a medium nib, is Jacobin Le Toit de Paris, so basically the roofs of Paris. I actually didn't write the ink color there, which is a bit of a, okay, let's do that. So that's Jacobin Le Toit de Paris, and up there it's Klinger. And this pen really brings out the shading, also because of the rainbow colorway. I think it works really well with the purple. So these are the 2 pens that I want to start off with, and my idea is to put maybe an ink sample in the weeklies, and then add how many ever purple and grey inks I will add to that. I'm thinking about getting a few more, not a few more, but 1, 2 more grey inks. I also have like 1 grey custom mix that I really love, and then I actually had in this pen before, and that worked out really well, so I might use that too. But yeah, so my first will try to have a certain almost mood board while I'm writing. Let's see how that goes. And I think because I have the other manuscript too, where I can use other inks, hopefully won't feel too restrictive for me. Let me know what you think about the idea to do it like this. As I said, it's a sort of it's a foray into a new method. So I'm cautiously optimistic, but also quite excited about doing it like this. But yeah, that's my manuscript setup for the moment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon.